Hey everyone, welcome back. We are in a different view and I'm excited. This is my cozy corner and today is the first of the Preptober series, and today we are going to be talking about genre. So as I mentioned in the previous video, which was the introduction, is that we are starting off in this outlining phase, which includes going over the genre, the premise, the characters, the plot, and today we are talking about genre. So when you are wanting to write a story, we are going to start off the very beginning, and that is genre. So as some of you might have noticed that there are genre mashups and they're becoming more and more popular, but we're going to stick with just the basics. So what is the basics of the genre? So the convention. So when you're watching a romance, what makes it a romance? Of course, boy meets girl, they fall in love, all that. So what is your expectation of that genre? Then we also want to look at key scenes. So how is the story told? So with this, the typical when we're talking about romance is the meet cute. So there is some scene that has to happen in the beginning of the story that is where your two protagonists meet each other. Typically a meet cute. Then we're talking about the characters. So characters are the ones that experience this story. So when we're talking about the characters, it's about what the traits, the behaviors that are typical in that genre. So romance, you could have a Beauty and the Beast kind of one, which is, so you have this, the male character, or it could be female, it could be vice versa, is the beast in a way, and you have the female protagonist has to live with the male protagonist, and they kind of go through some, ups and downs, but in the end, she realizes deep down that he's more than what his appearance is, and obviously, the curse is broken. So the characters are very important to the genre. Then we're talking about the plot. So what actually happens in the story? So for Beauty and the Beast, we have Belle. She's living her ordinary life, and then her father gets captured and she goes and rescues him, and in trade for his release, she takes his place and she lives her time at the castle and slowly but surely falls in love with the beast, hence the curse gets broken. Then we could have some subplots, so other elements, or it could be part of the theme. So other elements in Beauty and Beast, we have the talking characters, which are inanimate objects but are actually cursed as well. So you have the housekeeper and you have the cook, and all of those characters just add an element since they are inanimate objects but still have the personality of a character. And then you also need to incorporate the theme, which is either external, internal, or philosophical themes that are essentially in the genre. So why does this story matter? So for Beauty and Beast, you gotta look beyond someone's outward appearance is essentially the theme. Look into, right, their heart. So those are some items that make a genre a genre. It gives you a little rundown of when you're starting to think of your story, what genre does it fit in, and what is also something you could look into is looking at book categories in either Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple, wherever you want to do your research, is They list the books by categories, so which are essentially the genres. So you could look at romance, and then you could look at down deeper, so you could look at historical. Then within historical, you could look at different time periods, so Regency, medieval, all that. So that's another way to look at your story's genre and what you also want to write about. So I hope you liked this kind of snippet part of the Preptober series. And next week, we are moving on to premise. So writing the premise of your story. And this one will be good. Thanks for watching. Bye.